Hello everybody, welcome to Icarus. It's been a while since I put a video out, so I thought I would jump straight into another co-op. Before we get onto the co-op, I'm just going to show you I've created my character. Very sterling looking chap he is too. If you've just got this game and you want to know how to get started, hopefully this will help you out. So I'm going to start anew. In this case we're going to go on to missions. We get a choice. Olympus seems to be the recommended one, and as you can see the only one I have is BeachHead. Everything else is locked because I haven't played this game. So this isn't going to be a tutorial from me because, well, I'm learning too, but I'm going to be joined by TekCoLab, otherwise known as Dave to me. And I will be using that name, no doubt, because I always forget TekCoLab. But anyway, Pawtu is also going to join us, and between them, they're going to teach me what I'm supposed to be doing.
Welcome to Icarus, friend.
So here we go on the first mission.
We gotta drop you in a safe, well-mapped zone your first time down.
I won't bore you with all of that.
Must have been thinking of some other planet.
You'll get that when you start the game if you're playing the game with me. So we're going to go for medium difficulty and claim prospect. Now I need to confirm the loadout here. Obviously I don't have anything I can take down with me, and confirm the loadout will kick off the mission. Now if I do that, I'm going to be playing single player, and I don't want to do single player, so it's as if I'd click that button, but I will be actually joining a co-op game.
Looks like your first time down here. Call me Soul. Looks like paradise. But don't be fooled. The air's poison. Wildlife's out to kill you. And the weather's like nothing you've ever seen. You'll need to make yourself some shelter soon enough. But you know what you're doing, right? That's why you came all the way out here and dropped with nothing. 'Cause you could.
Okay.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. Looks like your first time down here.
Lots and lots of voices. Okay, so I need to go
paradise.
southwest.
The air's poison. Wildlife's out to kill you. And the weather's like nothing you've ever seen. You'll need to make yourself some shelter soon enough. But you know what you're doing, right? That's why you came all the way out here and dropped with nothing. 'Cause you could. Well, UDA wants you to show you understand the basics before they send you anywhere really dangerous. So get acquainted, then head back up when you're ready. Best of luck, friend. Stay safe.
So, yes. Hello everybody. I think I'm working my way towards your ping.
Yeah, hello. I think so.
So for the benefit of all the viewers, and so that I don't look absolutely, totally and utterly stupid, I have extremely small amounts of experience in this game, and you too, when I both meet up with you, or meet up with you both, are going to teach me how to play it.
We're gonna try.
We're going to try, yeah. So for the benefit of the viewers, if you either thinking about getting the game or you've just got it and don't really understand it, don't really know where to go with it, well, keep watching and see how it's not done.
Excited. This is a new thing as well.
Yeah. So I'm actually just going to try and figure out where the heck you all are. Seem to have been quite a long way away.
Yeah, we made you run a little bit, it seems.
There you are.
Hello.
So, hey, right. Okay, just while we're on that point,
Pawtu's down here.
let me just stick your views on so that everybody... Hello. Ah.
Hello.
Red and blue. Yes, so I've put their cameras up on my screen for everybody to see. I hope they don't get in the way too much of what I'm doing. I don't think they will. Pawtu is not recording, so you can't get his point of view, but there is a link in the description down below to Tek's video, So if you see something on my screen and he's doing something really interesting, go and check it out on his. Assuming he hasn't edited it out, of course.
Yeah. Well, if it's interesting, I'm sure we'll keep it.
Good work, Freshfoot. With new skills come new possibilities.
Well, we're excited to do this with you.
What you do
Yeah, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. I say I know very, very little about this game. I've the basics. I know where my inventory is,
before you build.
and I know to pick berries. Some berries on the hotbar, and some pumpkins. I'll have them as well.
So this first
And
mission
some
is, as you can kind of see on the left, is mostly gathering, and this game is, you gain experience, and then that's how you start to unlock more talents and blueprints. So they're sort of just guiding you along, and that's pick up brush and grab small trees, and that top left bar is where your experience is. So me just picking up some brush here so far almost has me already to level 1.
Okay. So I need a little bit more experience to make a knife, I think was the recommendation.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, yeah, self-defense. You start with a stone pickaxe, which is helpful because then you don't have to pick up stones off the ground anymore. You can just walk up to one. The stone axe is good, but really more when you want to start making a shelter. Although cutting down trees is really good for experience.
Okie dokie. Alright, so leveled up. Do we need to go to crafting? No, tech tree. Tech tree and the knife. And the bow and some arrows. And that's all my points gone. Have I got enough to craft anything? Stone knife.
Yeah, that first round is usually this, the knife and the bow and arrow.
Yeah, bow. And then as many arrows as I can make.
So it's interesting when we played, and by the way, just a little background. Pawtu's been a part of our TekCoLab. We've done some streaming. I've been wanting to do some videos, and I'll be honest, we had some issues with a lot of recordings we tried earlier on with Icarus, and I was fumbling with my settings and not too great with it, but we've been playing a lot. I've got about 600 or so hours in this game. Pawtu, you're probably 1,000?
Yeah, I think 1,000.
So you've probably got a base built by now then, have you?
One or two.
A little bit more than these stone tools, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it's
I meant
really fun
in this,
to go back
this
to
game.
the intro.
Yeah, I think the start of most games is usually like the best bit, because a lot of games, when you get like everything you could possibly need, it's what do I do now? So starting a new game gives you the opportunity to revisit all the interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But looking
this
at
one is the way the missions work. There's definitely some very difficult missions. Where,
so looking at the mission
big
list,
bosses.
it's this seems to be quite a long game. It's not an afternoon to complete kind of game.
Oh no.
But I would say I don't know if I know what completion would be. I think I see a lot of people take it in a lot of directions. Certainly you can progress and continue progressing, but I think even in my amount of hours, I probably haven't completed every single mission.
Right.
Or I know I haven't.
I haven't either, but that's because we've done other things.
Have I made my knife yet? I have not. I got a wolf. Not thinking. I'm running around and I didn't craft my knife. My first piece of advice.
Yeah, that's the first thing you told me to make.
But he didn't aggro, he only went yellow. I think he's about to get to me. Let's see if I can craft my knife in time. Yep, he is. Don't. Oh.
Okay, so from my viewer's perspective, I'm chopping this oxide rock. You need oxide because it gives you oxygen. And there is no oxygen on this planet, apparently. So what I do is drag the oxygen over and put it in my suit, essentially, and that'll keep me going for a little while, hopefully.
The other
There
thing
you
that
go.
you need to go tech into whenever you level is you need to get bandages. Because I noticed before it was, if you get hit by a wolf, sometimes it happens the first time, sometimes it don't happen at all. But you will get a scratch on you. Then it'll show up on your left-hand corner down by where your food is, your food buffs. And the bandage will take away the scratch that has 2 bars on it. Now you'll get one that has 3 bars in it, and that will have to take a suture, which you will have to unlock as well.
Okay. So bandages, good idea to use them quickly. Is that like if you need them, use it? Okay.
And the neat thing about this game is, especially as a co-op, it does very well. So, for example, whether it's talents, and I'm sure, you know, I know we'll get into that more, but you could have one person that's more specialized in one thing than another. But even blueprints at the beginning, sometimes each of us will only have a couple blueprint points each available, and we need a lot more than that. So one will tech into one thing, and somebody else will tech into another. So you can always share and things. Alright, so I got level 2.
I wasn't paying attention. Did you say you only get so many talent points?
I haven't talked about talents. That's a whole thing getting into talents. But yeah, that's a limited. Eventually, you cap off. You can't unlock everything in the talent tree. So each one gives you little bonuses here or there, but you only get 50 total. So you kind of have to pick and choose eventually.
A quick drink while I'm there.
So I know teching. It looks like the third mission in this, I know it's hard to see for the viewers, is unlock a wood rag torch. So eventually we'll have to do that. Again, we can decide how far we try to just work through this mission and get into the more complicated one, or if we want to use it as a good just exploration round.
Well, again, it's all a part of learning. So initially, for myself and probably for my viewers, want to just kind of show them like how we get started. This mission is supposed to be a sort of tutorial, you said, so I think we should just use that as a learning process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just scared a rabbit away, apparently.
Yep, I tried to shoot it while I was running. Did not work.
There were some deer
Now,
over here, but it scared them away as well.
Yeah, I'm remembering here, missions are a collective completion. And so I think whoever crafts the first rag torch will effectively complete that for us.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
Something to think about, which is fine. That's just so you're aware.
Yep.
All right, I think I need to craft. I'm gonna just start leaving some wood piles over here by the lake, just in case anybody feels like using them to build anything. I don't know if we'll be teched enough for wood though. Now that I realize it, we might be.
Yeah,
only
level 5.
Yeah, we might just be thatch for now.
Well, I've learnt that it's not possible to hit a rabbit that's running away from you.
But I do think we probably want to get a fire going. I was about to say. That's usually something, you know, I can see my food is about at the mid-range, so you want to start to get some food. There's not much that you can eat raw. Basically, the red berries are the main ones, and then watermelon. Everything else effectively needs to be cooked. And a tip, control clicking an item transfers it from one inventory to whatever you're in.
And then Alt, is Alt Control, I think, will do everything that's alike. So if you've got 7 stacks of something in your inventory, you can Alt Control click, and it will take the everything out of your inventory and put it wherever you're pointing to.
Of the same stuff. I think it's Control Shift. I just tried it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to remember that.
Yeah, you'll find it eventually. Yeah.
Just trying to find some meat.
Well, I've got some cooking on this fire. If you want to look for us on the map, I'll take my marker off the map. These get kind of annoying unless you're really using it.
Aha!
Oh, you leveled up. I heard it.
Yeah. I shot a moose. Well, whatever the heck it was.
crafting arrows tends to be really good for experience.
Yep.
And the advice was to chop the body up with a knife after you've harvested the meat, because you don't want to leave carcasses lying around. They attract predators.
Yep.
Yep. It's real bad in sticks. Why we suggested Olympus first. Sticks is horrible.
Oh, okay.
Critters. Oh man, it's bad. Something else that you will have to remember later on. Right now with this suit, it's not a bad thing, but the higher up you get and the different suits and stuff you get, drinking water out of here will get you sick.
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out if they drink it from the shoreline versus drink it from the middle. I haven't found any consistency about whether one area of the water gets
I took a
sick
drink
and others don't.
earlier, so...
The first suit does filters it.
Oh, right, okay.
So you're good there. But after you get some of the as you progress and you get more workshop stuff, the suits will no longer filter the water.
Right, got you.
Ah,
Okay, how do I put this raw meat on the fire? Do I just chuck it in?
Control left click is usually a good way.
Oh, just inventory E or F, I mean.
Yeah, so it just adds it to the stack that was already there, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so
cook
it mostly
string
expires
meat.
the way the new subsistence vegetables expire.
Oh, right, okay. So it's...
I may have a tendency to relate to subsistence because, you know, I've got a lot of hours there, and that certainly you have a whole lot of hours there.
Doesn't last forever, that's the main thing. So I can consume that. And consume...
Yeah, when Icarus first come out, whenever you got high enough into tier 4 and you could build a refrigerator, it actually stopped all spoils.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh,
that was
right,
like subsistence. Now, I'll take a second to explain, and I may turn down, we've got our first storm coming in, so that's usually about this kind of timing that you get on the storm. The first one is usually very mild. It's probably going to put our fire out, so you can put a fire inside of a place, but it can start it up. But anyways, I think we'll be okay from this storm, but I just thought I'd let us know. This is sort of common.
Right.
And I'd say any mission, the storms start more mild. They give you some time to get going, and then over time they get a little bit more.
Right. So you've created a wood pile. How did you do that?
It is something that you can craft. You have to have 100 wood in your inventory, and it basically turns that 100 into a pile, and then you can hold down E, and it will put it back as 100 in your inventory.
Okay.
So it's just a way to get it.
I have
it somewhere.
99.
That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can always. Sometimes I steal wood from the fire. That's often a place we steal from.
Okay. So yeah, weather events we have to be careful of. This one, it's just rain, so we should be all right.
But eventually we'd be making a shelter for probably the next one.
Okay, so it has.
We'll take a little bit of damage by the time this storm will be through.
It has put
it
the
does
fire
affect
out.
your stamina. It does have other effects.
So just activate, is it, with the fire? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but the rain will keep putting it out.
Yeah.
So we could build a shelter if we want. Do you need any of the food in there? You're welcome to eat anything that's currently there's not the corn, the charred corn at the end is actually pretty good. And I guess I'll take a second if that's okay to explain how the food.
About more than just nails and boards. When
Yeah.
oxygen gets
Oops,
low,
it's
I think
telling me
I'm good on food actually.
So there's a thing called food buffs in this game that's actually kind of a big thing. It's good to learn about. So if you look in the bottom left corner, I'm looking at yours. You've got, see that big pork chop, steak T-bone looking thing in the bottom left?
Stringy meat, I think that was, yeah.
Yep. If you hover over that, or if you hit tab and go to your inventory, you can see the status at the bottom there. You can hover over it, and it will tell you what extra bonuses. So that one is prime meat, and that's a really good one. If you also eat, well, you had red berries somewhere there. If you just eat your red berries, you could right-click on your hotbar 0, or you can press 0, I think. Click consume. Now you see berries get added to that status effect.
Got you. Okay.
So it's always good to, and you can, when you get out of your tab, you'll see those in the bottom left.
Yeah, so it's good to have a wide and varied diet, and
Yep, you get three different things. So berries are always one I'll pick up first. If I get a watermelon, I'll eat it right away because you don't have to cook it. So, you know, eventually you figure out how you want to stack it. But in the beginning, it's just usually just a berry and some meat and whatever else you have. Cooking meat tends to focus on health and health regeneration. Cooking vegetables tends to focus on stamina and things related to that.
Okay.
So just a brief.
Something else to think of during these storms, Mozo.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, I have hollowed out this stone.
All right. Okay.
And if you squat, now sometimes it takes some doing because sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. But if you hollow out a stone and crouch and go into it, after you've dug enough out of it, it will take away your storm.
Oh right. Okay. Well,
it'll shelter you.
I'm at storm
so
exposure
you can see how
maximum.
The bar is almost at the top.
Yeah.
You could go in that rock for about 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just enough to make it through the storm.
Oh, okay. I'm on my way.
If you wanted to try it. But that's sort of the, oh no, I'm too far away from the base. But it's a good go-to.
And of course, it's got to be a fairly decent sized rock.
Yeah.
To do it to.
Where are we? Where's the
I'm
rock?
behind you. Oh,
yep, off to your away from the shore up the hill here.
Which now your storm is going down, but you can see what I did.
What did you do?
A little hole in here. So normally you crouch and then just start whacking, usually aiming low, but...
Oh, that is a little hole.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that small. My head is in the rock. Is that?
Yep.
Right. Interesting.
Now we have, along with another player while we were co-oping before, we actually built kind of a base structure with these stones. We got big enough stones that we hollowed them out, put our beds in there, fires in there.
Okay.
So, and like I said, it takes a little bit of getting used to, and you know, how far can you go? How far do you have to go in before you'll figure it out? But
yeah,
it definitely comes in handy.
Especially since, you know, the earlier bases do get harmed by storms, whereas the rock actually is impermeable, so it's a nice way in the beginning to...
Yeah. Oh, it's easy enough to do as well. Okay.
Yep.
Useful trick.
A few tricks. I know Icarus can be a challenging one, just like a lot of survival games, but sometimes a few tricks in the beginning are just nice to get you past those initial hurdles.
Are we chopping wood deliberately, or are we going to need a lot of that?
I don't know that we're going to need wood, just because we need to be level 5 before we can really use it, but at least knocking a tree down, even if you don't chop it all into pieces, you get 300 XP just by knocking it down. So if you feel like just getting some XP, you could. We are going to have to start thinking about a shelter, so I guess unless any of us are near level 5, it's probably... And the reason I say that, I guess I'll put it on my screen for the viewers and yours too, but when you look in your tech tree when you're uncrafting, scrolling to the right...
Okay, sorry, I'm just... I think I've made one of those wood things, but I'm now over encumbered, and I...
Oh, there you are. Yeah, it does do that. Number 7. So here's a quick trick.
Oh, right.
Try click number 7 out of the menu and place it.
I see. That was what I was missing. I wasn't looking on my help bar. Yeah.
And I'll show you one more trick. So now push number 7 again, and it remembers what was in that slot, and it will recraft another one.
Got you. So you see the shadow of it there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So just because I saw you had enough wood to make more than one.
Yeah.
And the different meats, once they're cooked, will give you different stats. Like the stringy meat that's in here, I just moved up to the first area in the fire, and it will give you better, once it's cooked, it'll give you better stats than regular meat.
Right, yeah, okay.
So whenever you're ready, I guess we could show you how to make the shelter.
Yep.
The time is in our top right corner, so it's about 2:45. This game has sleeping, so technically at 1800 you can sleep through the night.
Right, okay. So, what do we need? Wood and stone, presumably?
So I'll show you how to open it up. Maybe go in your tech tree. Do you have any tech available?
Tech tree.
The tab up there. You've got 3 points. Perfect. That's actually really good. So if you scroll off to the right, I'm just going to put up your screen just so everybody sees. And then see there, top right, kind of all the way at the end, thatch beam.
Sorry. Top right.
Towards the right hand of your screen currently.
Oh, there. Yeah. Okay.
So if you click that.
Everything starts with that, does it?
Yep, and then you want to open the floor and the wall. And those are really the two, and that'll be just enough to build one.
Okay.
And so then, yeah, you can craft, and I would craft 4 beams, 2 floors, and 4 walls. And
4
see
beams. Sorry, what did you say?
Yep. So 2 floors, like a floor and a roof, basically.
Another minor miracle brought to you by the weirdest planet in the spiral.
And then 4 walls for now. So it's just going to be a 1x1. Sometimes a structure can be as simple as that.
How? Dave, look at my screen.
Oh, interesting.
You see that? How are we doing a chemistry bench?
It has a crafting queue. Oh boy.
That is so weird.
Yeah. Your game, I don't know. I don't know what you did to it. Okay, we've got things that are...
Wow.
Okay, 4 beams.
I don't... how... I'm so confused. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yours is showing me. Mine is showing a chemistry bench.
Oh, that's a bug.
And it's cooking it.
But you did some
Okay,
you did
so
some stuff in your files. I think there's some buggy things.
where are we? 6.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you could
so-
just, if you place the first beam wherever you want, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
You know, near the water can be handy, just because you do need to get water occasionally. So, and once you do one, then it should, if you hover over them, it should now snap in a grid.
Ooh, okay. I tried to place it like here, and it's actually put it on the rock over here. Okay.
I think that's fine. Just anyone in a 4 quad is fine. And I'm sure we'll build this out, but it's just a good example to start. And then maybe, yeah. A little tricky how it wants to do it.
Yeah, that's trying to put it out in the middle of the lake.
There it is.
Okay, and then we want a floor on that, presumably, do we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually there.
And then, okay, so variants are... I just have 2 variants. Facing in or facing out?
Yep, facing out is normally what's pointing to the exterior.
I was thinking variants would be like a door or a window or...
And I think, as I'm thinking about it, a door needs to be unlocked, maybe? Or no,
Right.
no, you know what it is? Hold down R.
Hold it down.
That's what it is.
Ah,
and you
right,
can do
okay.
a door or a window. That's it.
Well, I was going to put a window over the lake, but looks like we're having a window there instead.
So if you
And-
push Y on the one over the lake,
Okay, let me just chuck that on there. And,
there you go.
7 is that one up there.
You push Y on that one,
Y. Okay.
and now it's back in your inventory.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. That makes sense. And R and window. Okay. There, we have a hut.
There you go. Now, I did not unlock the door, so we're gonna...
We don't need a door. What do we need a door
And
for?
I've made a hammer. A hammer is for repairing when the storm starts to do some damage to it.
Right, okay. So,
But,
yeah, I don't have any points. I'm going to have to go and chop more trees.
yeah, I'm gonna have to...
Right, I do have 2 points available in my talents.
Yeah.
So, I think you said stamina was a thing? Like,
Stamina
thinking,
is. So yeah, under hunting, the category, that stamina can be really a good, just because in the beginning you're always trying to, it affects your whacking, with stones, with everything.
right.
So stamina
So
is a
if I
nice one to
unlock
start
stamina,
with.
and then there was a carry weight somewhere as well, I seem to remember.
Yeah, there is. A couple more to the left under resources. There you go. So you could increase your carry weight.
Okay, so that'll do for now. Well, that's all I've got for now.
Yep. And that's the talents, like we were saying, where you'll get 50 of those total by the time you level up, or 60 total by the time you level your character to level 50.
Right.
There's a few things where if you decide and change your mind, you can swap them. There's ways to do that. Kind of get into that later, but in general, there tends to be a core set of what most people do, and then they kind of decide, do I like to be a bow and arrow person? Do I want to help more with mining? Do I want to be able to carry a big heavy base across the map so that we have a shelter in harsh environments?
Well, I can understand.
Focus on, like, growing crops.
I can understand that in co-op, but what about in single player? I mean, you can't
actually
unlock
see
everything
one
in single
solo
player.
point. That's a great question. There are additional solo points that are even more beneficial that will activate if you're in a map on your own.
Right.
So you can add those too. But yeah, that's why you tend to, I agree, you tend to have a core set that just about everybody will want so that you have it for yourself. And then if you want to specialize, you can.
I imagine there's a lot of people out there that are just going to be playing single player, and it's like, well, I want carry weight, and I want mining ability, and I want to be able to chop trees. You can't unlock, like, everything, can you?
Yeah, the carry weight is a long debate. When you get further along and you've earned some of the money and then what's called exotics, there's a way to get that. Then there is a certain workshop pickaxe that you can purchase in space that while you're carrying it, if you could be carrying 10 times your maximum weight capacity. As soon as you're above your weight capacity, you get slowed down, I think 50%.
Right.
But when you carry that, sorry, I have the guy talking to me because I'm not eating. But if you're carrying that axe, it gives you speed back. So
Right.
what we have found that we don't add anything to our total, but we just accept that we're probably going to become overweight more regularly.
Right.
Now, in the beginning, it doesn't really help because you don't have that axe. So I think carry weight is at least reasonably important. And the other thing, too, is you start to think about what's lower down on those trees. So on those branches. And that one where the carry weight is, there's one where you have to have unlocked quite a few talents. And it's called, what is it? It's a lumber one. But basically what it means is if people are watching mine, I was showing yours only, but you have to pick up each of the pieces of wood after you've chopped them up. That talent just makes them appear instantly for you. So just a time saver and, one of those life conveniences things. So,
Okay.
yeah. Well, as soon as one of us gets a few more blueprint points that we can make a door.
Yeah. I could tech into a door. I mean, well, no, maybe not. I don't know. I have to see because I only got so many tech points.
Yeah, I don't have any yet. I'm not far off though. I'll be leveling up in a second.
I cannot tech into a door.
That needs smacking.
I'm trying to get us some stuff to get beds.
There you go. I probably have at least some fur. How much fur do I have? I only have 6, so no. So you need 20 per bed.
I got 14 fur.
Guess I should
But
have
I'm
been
working
thinking
on
about that. Yeah, work on that too. Otherwise, we might be working in the night a little bit here. Eventually, eventually hunting is the best way to get experience.
Oh, there you go. Leveled up.
Yeah, me too. Of course, my poor knife, you get a lower yield out of things with the same knife.
Yeah.
A better knife gives you more fur, more meat, more bone.
That kind of makes sense, doesn't it, really?
Yep.
I don't know whether it's
like
better
Pawtu
to
made his
chop one at a
torch.
time or not. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, I cannot make any bandages. It won't let me craft it.
Probably there's no space in your... Remember how it doesn't always craft down to your hotbar?
Oh, yeah.
You have to drag... You have to make sure there's an open space in your regular inventory.
Okay, what was it we were short of?
The door, the tech tree, all the way to the right. Off of the wall, up to the right there, thatch door.
Okay. And did you want me to do beds, or have we got that?
We're working on it. I think we don't quite have enough material for the beds, so don't worry about unlocking them.
Fur, yeah, we need fur.
If you craft your wood,
you'll need to find oxide.
your rag torch, there's a slot in your hotbar for light.
A rag torch.
I don't know if you've unlocked it yet. Looks like
Oh,
you haven't, so that
no.
could be something you might want to use a blueprint point for. It's towards the left. It's one of the beginning ones.
Wood rag torch, okay.
The good and the bad of being in a more docile area without as many predators is, like you said, the hunting is sort of what you need for the bedrolls and for experience. So
I seem to have far too much wood.
yeah, I think in the beginning, a lot of the gathering, I just tend to throw all the fiber, all the other stuff out of my inventory because we really don't need it for now.
Well, I figured if we're going to...
building thatch.
Yeah, if we're going to build, we're going to need lots of wood. Lots of wood and stone, probably.
Yeah. Although really the only last mission is to build a bedroll.
Yep, and I just got enough to do it.
So technically, depending on how much longer, we could enter the next mission, and that's the one that will start to really, need us to build out more of a base. So this one was a good one just to get our bearings and get a little of experience, get a few levels up, and unlocks done.
So if you want, I can build the bed.
I'm just looking at all the stuff I got in my inventory. I've got so many sticks and fiber.
I know. All the gathering, you can just delete them, or
yeast.
We can use sticks to burn in the fire, or even fibers if we want. So.
Stone arrows, spoiled plants. Don't need to carry those around.
So we on the consensus of just go ahead and build it.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I should.
At this point, we're going to be playing in the dark the whole night. I don't think it's worth staying in this when we've already completed the mission, personally.
That's the mission complete, is it? Just make a bed?
Yeah, just show you know how to build a shelter. You do need to put the door in.
Yep, because it's not sheltered.
Okay, crafting, thatch door. I can do that. Where'd it go?
How you build, that's up to you. So long as you
And there
learn
we
the
are.
basics,
Now,
chances
the other
are the
thing,
same as anyone
Mozo,
else.
on here is if you look at the bed,
Get paid.
you can hold E to create a spawn point there, and you'll want to have a spawn point whenever you make a base, for sure.
Ah, right, okay. In my case, it's F, just for my viewer's sake.
Oh yes, I changed my my key to.
I think E is the default. I prefer F for interact, so all my games I change if I can. But yeah, I've got a feeling
And-
E is default.
Broadly speaking, if you don't have a spawn point in a bed, it will drop you in a new dropship somewhere within the same field that you were in. So
Oh, right.
if you were across the map and you built a base, it will put you in a dropship all the way across the map.
Gotcha.
But if your base is right next to your dropship, it's not as important to have a spawn point.
Gotcha.
Just a real brief rundown.
Okay, Dave.
Yep.
You need to put some oxide in your suit.
I know, I think I just did recently.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like letting it die. So I guess really usually the next step is everybody finds their own ship. So I usually go to the map and just ping it. You will only see your own on the map, so I just double click on it on the map and you all kind of run to your own ship. And that's usually
okay.
it.
And the host has to be the last one to leave.
Yep.
Okay, so apparently mine is up in the mountains.
Yeah, I can come with you. We can. Sometimes we do that too. We'll escort each other out.
And it's pitch black.
Oh,
Yeah.
here.
Here's
you
your
need a
rag
torch?
torch if you haven't done
Yeah,
that yet.
I've got a rag torch. I can't see my ping.
If you.
Oh, it's just on the compass at the top. I see.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're green or on the map. But show your rag torch. There you go.
Yeah.
You can hold it like that, or you can put it in the L button on the left hand of your tab,
Oh, right. Okay.
on the left hand of your hotbar, and then you can just push L and it will be lit on your hip.
The terraforming went to crap, but they left a few critters behind.
Oh,
Changed their
okay.
genes a little bit.
I think there is there a third person in this view. Third person view in this. I think
There is. Press C if you'd like it.
this is C.
It's
no,
the angle
it's
is a
stealth.
bit disorienting.
No, I've changed
No.
it. That just gives me crouch. That's okay.
Crouch.
I
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's control. That's it. No, can't.
Oh, yours is backwards.
Yeah, I-
we switched
Compared
the
to
two.
ours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just thought for the viewer's sake, running at night in the dark with a light on my hip would be easier if it was in third person.
Yeah, I do the third person where I can, and then it's a little disorienting with aiming the bow and things like
Oh, yeah,
slashing
yeah.
with your knife. But
Can't play in
Yeah.
third person, but it does.
I practiced a lot
easier.
on our streams trying to, so I've gotten okay at it.
I don't know what I just heard. Something growled. Okay, so I think we're going to just complete this mission, and I think that will do us for the first episode, do you think?
Yeah, no, it was a quicker one here for sure. Just sort of an orientation.
it
so
didn't-
might be.
Yeah, I mean, it took a lot longer than it needed to take because obviously I'm learning, and we could have just immediately crafted the bows and shot a load of deer, and yeah, we didn't need all that wood and stone. It was just to get us leveled up, wasn't it? But interact with the launcher and dropship and complete the mission. So I think if hopefully we'll do another episode if you guys are up to it, and we'll try a different mission, maybe the next one in this sequence. And hopefully you viewers will be able to follow along if you've got the game, or maybe consider getting the game if you haven't. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'm going to jump in my ship if I can.
All right, we'll watch you launch off. But yeah, thanks for
Okay.
doing this. I'm excited for the series.
Okay, press F to interact. Workshop items in your dropship inventory will be delivered back to the station. Static extraction. Do I need to do anything with my inventory, or should I put it in?
You do not. Everything in your inventory will disappear because it was all crafted on the planet. So none of it will come up with you.
Right.
So you don't need to do anything with it.
So I don't need to put anything in my dropship
Nope.
cargo slots or anything like that.
No, and even once you bring things down, you don't need to. You
Right.
can keep it on your inventory. Either place, it'll come up with you.
Got you. Okay, so return to station. Bye.
Alrighty. I'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, mission complete. Well, I guess the rockets look a little cooler in the dark. That's at least nice for the night.
Of course, yeah.